The Out There channel, Robert and Paul.
Please sub and share.
Searching for the truth. UFOs, aliens, greys and ufology. Real images, real stories, real videos, real cases, researched and investigated by professionals in the field and cutting-edge discoveries. Multiple witnesses, abduction accounts brought to you by Team The Out There channel. Good to be back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Action.
Yo. Another episode. 3 in 3 days. Is it? Or is it 4 now? So I'm probably going to need a few days off after all this. It was a really bit rough this morning with a grumbly stomach. I think it's the pills that upset. You know what pills do, side effects, create stomach ulcers or whatever. Yeah, but I got a headache this morning, but I think it's sort of passed now after taking the aspirins, which is good. I don't need hardcore painkillers generally. I try to avoid them as you get addicted to them. Yeah, so more stuff's come out since yesterday, and I was meant to get over thirdphase, but we'll see how much we get through today. We still may have some left over. I think we got people joining us already, have we? Well, we did have. Who's out there? Anybody out there? Who's out there? Damn, that font's just a wee bit too small. Hopefully I didn't mistype it. Who's out there? So today we're just covering more CGI. You know, these channels keep saying, oh, we've got a keen eye for CGI. CGI never gets onto our YouTube channels. That's because they don't do any research right. If they did some basic research, they're better to find some past debunks on the debunkers channels, right? A lot of it's recycled, and they claim people send it to them, which may be true. They may see it on TikTok or something that's being recycled. So yeah, Michael King, where you disappear to? Let's see. He's on Discord live now. Okay. Not sure if he wants to come on to chat, but I'm not sure if he bookmarked the link from last time, but it's the same link if I open it up for him. I'll just type in here, let me know want to be on voice with me. Okay. It's a standard link that I use for free-for-alls, so anyone can join in if they want to, but I haven't got the software open at the moment. So if you go into it, you'll be in a room by yourself, basically. So yeah, okay. I'm not too sure. Why is YouTube live, man? So normally I don't have to be on Discord and YouTube at the same time. Normally minimize that and turn off the beeping. So, yeah. Hey, the truth is out there. Damn right it is. Morning from Athens, eh? Thanks for joining us then. We haven't really kicked off yet. We're just seeing what's happened to Michael King. He was in here before and now he's disappeared again. Anyway, we'll just carry on. So, yeah, just as I wrapped up yesterday, Secureteam put up some more garbage. So we'll just go over what's CGI and fake in that. Because he believes them to be legit. And I think thirdphase also has put out some. So we'll just go over both of those today and correct them, because they won't ever update themselves or remove the fake stuff. So it'll always be collecting clickbait, right? Money. So yeah. So here's the one here from Secureteam with some crazy music. So yeah. It kind of looks a bit fake, that one, doesn't it? Okay, it looks so fake. Only blurfo images can you get that bad. So here he is, he's promoting his gold play button. So Google has paid this guy $2.4 million in ad money since 2011. Not too bad for a scammer and a UFO hoax maker. He's actually made hundreds, not just one, hundreds of fake videos. He used stock images, he used CGI software to make fakes as well, and he made fake leaker videos disguising his own voice. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it means that you've been out of date for at least 6 years since I've started my channel, because I've been exposing it from the start. So yeah, I get attacked all the time saying he's a nice guy, he's my favourite YouTube UFO channel. He looks like Frankenstein from that angle. Hey, Michael is finally caught up with us again. Yeah, so if you want to come on voice on the side chat and join in on the live debunk, you can. But I haven't started up the software, so let me know if anyone wants to join on voice or just stay on the side chat. So here he is, promoting that he's got 100k subscribers in 2014. That's because he released a fake Photoshop he did of the cube UFO over Texas. You might be able to recall it, and the pencil sharpener one. He got millions of views on that, and he used the guy John Austin to promote it. I don't know how much John Austin made out of it, but you can bet there was some backhanded money going to UK rag reporters back then. I wish I'd like to see their bank accounts, right? And we could expose them all, just like the corrupt elite rich in America. Thanks, man, but have kids around. Yeah, you said so before, but you might have changed your mind. So I'm just putting it out there again. If anyone wants to come and voice it, we can set it up for you. I've put the link above for our special room. You can be booted as well if you end up being a troll. So I'll just carry on here with Secureteam's latest. It's all about ego and self-promotion from what I see here. Plus he puts fake videos in here. What is that one? Kind of looks like a helicopter with a spotlight on it, doesn't it? Really out of focus and blurry though. That one there is a time lapse of a helicopter in China. Hey, thanks Mike. I don't think it's popped up yet. Although I haven't reinitiated this software. Oh, there we go. It's finally caught up with us. So yeah, we got a little message there. And a baby. Thanks very much. And for the continuous support. It's quite interesting if you have a look at my stats. Not sure if I can bring it up here, but your day that you donated to me was more than the last 24 months previously. So yeah, I should really show you that. That's all, those kind of donations really can help. Right, I haven't actually got the link here. How do I get to it? Good question. It gives you all the peaks of the maximum amounts that you've got. Advertising is really stuffful. But it's basically the only income I'm generally getting. See, I'm probably the only guy that actually shows my stats. I'm not sure if anyone actually has shown any of their stats. Okay, need to go to the studio. How come I'm not signed in on this? They signed me out. That's weird. I'm not signed in. Let's see. It's not auto-filling it. Let me just do that off screen. I'll fix it up. Just in case it leaks any information, which I don't want out there. Yeah, I forgot. Since we updated the browser, the plugin for the password thing doesn't always work. Oh, well, looks like I might have to just carry on. I was going to show you. Maybe I'll post a snapshot into Discord later. That's a pain. That's probably why I couldn't log back in. I was having problems. I use a password remembrance thing because I got hundreds and hundreds of passwords. But basically, I had like a peaks here, and then it goes really flat for a while, and then suddenly you donate So I just wanted to show you that, but I can't, because Studio needs to be logged in. And I got some crazy password, you got to be careful with long passwords now. So anyway, we debunked this one years ago here on Secureteam. It's actually a helicopter on long exposure, so you can see the beams that the helicopter is shining down at different angles as it's going along. So yeah, he knows this, he's still using it. Nick Pope didn't even know this one had been debunked, and people were reusing it and saying it was in France, but it was actually in China. A military helicopter with a spotlight over a concert or something like that, I think it was. Okay, this one here is something to do with a building with the light shining off the top of the clouds, right, where you have really bright lights around a building, and of course it illuminates the clouds, but where you ain't got no lights further up the building on the high rise. And it's been edited, I think, to rotate it. I'm not too sure on this one. Looks like a building one that's been modified. You've seen the triangle shaped one in China. That was done by bright lights on 2 buildings, I think. No, 3 buildings. It was lights either side of 3 buildings that formed a triangle. Keep on going. Okay, let me just have a look at this one. I've got a feeling that one's a fake as well. It looks familiar, I just can't pin. A lot of these UFO videos are from Section 51, who admitted they were CGI artists after about 5 years of fooling people, and then they'd sort of lost half their subs, but they're still going strong with like 100,000 subs still staying with them, and they're still putting up fake videos with UFOs in it. So another 3 years he got to his 1 million subscribers. Apparently he was at 800,000, and then suddenly within like 2 months after that he was up to 1 million subscribers. So he went like from 500 subs a day, because I was watching it, to about 5,000 subs a day, which was very surprising. An abnormal jump in subscriber counts, and 5,000, between 1 and 5,000 a day were happening, which kind of suggests to me that someone had bought him subs from another country, and they give you random new subscribers from 1 to 5,000 to make it look like it's natural. So I think he got a bit bored waiting for the other 200,000 that he decided to buy some fake subscribers. And he exposed himself on this when he did the fake, Angry Truth Seeker thing he did, where he trolled himself. He created up a second YouTube account called Angry Truth Seeker, and he forgot to log out when he posted this hate message to himself on his own channel. And of course that puts the comment way at the top. As you know, if you're logged into your account, regardless, it always sticks your last comment at the very top. So people noticed that, and it lasted up a day before he took it down again to cover his tracks and damage control before anyone else got to see it. But of course all the debunkers got to see it and said, haha, we finally caught him. Yeah, I better... I've lost my side chat on the other screen. Beware of your passcodes, it will appear. Yeah, sometimes that's why I'm always a bit careful. Your content, can't believe your channel has not rocketed. Well, people don't like people that debunk, right, in this field. It's a bit of a shame, really, because if we sift through all the crap, eventually we'll get the one or two ones which are not debunkable. You know, really, really interesting videos, you know, which are not the usual, you know, like that one over the lake. It's not really common you get ones like that. And that one where it was only like 4 seconds of good video out of 20, where he was just standing outside his house and talking to people walking past, because you don't get to see the full video. And he looks up in the sky and aims his camera up in the sky to see what was going on. So that's the 2 good ones we've got so far, you know. But you never know what will come along. Maybe someone will submit their famous UFO footage. A lot of people have reasons not to make it public domain. One of these guys was a debunker, and he didn't believe in it. And there he is. He's got the most credible UFO footage ever on one of these latest smartphones with optical zoom. So yeah. So the cameras, like I said yesterday, are getting better. We've now got Samsung, what is it, S22 Ultra, which comes with a front camera of 24 megapixels, which is absolutely ridiculous, and 48 megapixels rear one with 4 times optical zoom, I think it was. But it's going to set you back $1,000 US. Android phone, I suppose. Yep, and because normally they have their own Samsung menu on top of it. Unfortunately, I don't really like how they dick around with the normal flavor of Android on phones myself. The truth is out there, UFO. Comedy, yeah. Yeah, you got to have a bit of comedy in this field, that's for sure. So here he is, self-promoting. Probably very, very few people ever get up to 1 million subscribers, right? And he definitely did by doing some cheats. Now, you know how he stole his logo and had to change it? And he told everybody it was time for a new change, which was lies. He paid some guy $500 to design that for him. But he's also registered his Secureteam channel name as a trademark. Despite he wasn't the first one to have that name, there's a security company with Secureteam on the web. They've been around a lot longer than he has. And I wonder what they feel now that their name is trademarked to him. I'm not sure how that works with YouTube channels. But technically he could take them to court and have them change their name now. But that's what he's bragging about here. He's changed his logo only because Lions Ground contacted the artist, and he was Chinese, and on his behalf was starting to take him to court because they knew they were going to win. And the Chinese guy designed his one on Alienware logo, right, through a competition, and he was given permission by Alienware at the time that he could do an art piece for them and still have ownership of the art piece. So yeah, I'm not sure if there was exchange of money to pay off this Chinese guy, but I think there may have been, because there had been lawyers already involved in that stage. And then he come back with this new logo and excuse that he was sick, and he didn't tell the full story, that he was in prison and all that sort of stuff, and beat up his wife. That's why. So yeah, he's not actually a nice guy. He's not a nice country boy as everybody thinks he is. He's got a really dark soul on him. Showing us there is probably 1% legit stuff. It's probably a lot less than that, actually. You'd think there'd be a lot out there with everybody having cameras on phones now, but even though it's all mundane, debunkable stuff, you know. Well, not all, but apart from this guy that had a decent camera, a smartphone camera, which is really rare. It's really rare to have a camera that's got 2 times optical zoom, which his one did. I think it must have been a Samsung. Samsung are the ones that have been doing the optical zooms. Why did you turn off the computer? What happened there? Okay. Anyway, you need a big screen for all my stuff anyway. You know, I try to angle up my second display here, and what I've done is basically the sticky glue on the tape to put up the sponge I put underneath to lift it up on a different angle because it wouldn't go up further. It's given way. Typical, so I'm going to have to redo that later as well. I'm always fixing things here. So here's his certificate to say he now owns his own name, right? Bragging that he can sue anyone now. This is a joke. Because he hasn't tried to sue anyone over his leaker videos where people are calling him a fraud. You know, he could easily have taken lots of people to court over calling him a fraud with his leaker videos. He just knows that he can't win because it's so obviously him faking it. And it's disgusting, you know, how many people believe him still. You know, I just don't understand why.
Hey, what's up, guys? Tyler here with Secureteam. So I had planned at some point during this weekend, and it looks like I'll just barely make it, to post an extra.
Right. Thanks again, Michael. You're not gonna make me feel a bit embarrassed with all the money poured in here. We need to get other people to also chip in.
Video that you didn't have to wait 10 days in between, and so it looks like I have done it. But no, I just wanted to throw up a quick video to show you a few of, well, more of the same epic,
bullshit,
cool,
yes,
serious UFO related material that we love here on the channel. Now, you might be wondering about the intro and what the piece of paper is at the end of it. And I know most of you who follow me on Instagram or Twitter may have seen me post on this, but basically what you saw is my new official gold stamped trademark plaque that I actually just recently received, showing that.
Okay, so it shows that he owns it. Don't want to go through too much of that rubbish.
Smart early on when the channel was just starting.
He got smart really on, did he? And why did you steal someone's logo from the beginning, you dope? Tell the damn truth, won't you? We don't have to recover all that stuff. It's in past live shows under the Secureteam playlist, if you look, where I go over it all. But yeah, there's another dubious guy in ufology that he's being all chummy with, right? You know, if this is the state of ufology, these are the type of people running it, the government's going to love them. You know, why would they stick Bob Lazar in jail? Because basically they've given them he's given them lots of outs now. So when it's really their black ops equipment that's flying around, people will think it's a UFO. And they like that sort of thing. That's why they were part of disinformation, right? Instead of admitting that this their supersonic new triangle craft that can go into orbit as well as air, which is what they were trying to develop next, right? Remember, they're trying to launch it from underneath airplanes because they couldn't do combination of rocket and jet engines, but now technology and ideas have progressed where they've now got plasma ion engines, which is enough to accelerate a craft in space, as ion engines and plasma, as you know, needs air. You need to suck in hydrogen, oxygen, and you can ionize it into plasma, but like ball lightning, it shoot out the rear end at really fast speeds, right? So yeah, they got that sort of technology now. But as we know, even Virgin have managed to incorporate plane and rocket technology now. And SpaceX uses kerosene. That's why it can be smaller spaceships and have twice as much thrust. In the past, space shuttle just used water and hydrogen. As you know, you normally have to have a catalyst, which is normally oxygen, stuff with oxygen in it, which reacts with the other gases and ignites, and then you get a lot of heat and byproducts, which is generally water. So when the space shuttle launches, normally they have a rain cloud that forms over the area that's from that space shuttle launch, and it rains every launch. So that's how much water vapor they generate when they launch the space shuttle off. But obviously it's a very expensive way of doing it. Now along comes Elon Musk with his kerosene rockets, which are not good for the ozone, but can take up a lot more payload and also land back down. They got enough fuel to get up there and also enough just to get down again, and not have to recover it from the sea and stuff like the old way they were doing it. Hello, Tommy T. It's been a while. How's it going, mate? Are you well? Yeah, Tyler is a joke, but only a few of us know this. Unless people start sending my videos around, especially my 10-minute ones where I debunk the voice ones, they're none the wiser. And they still don't believe it's his voice, would you believe? You just have to read some of the comments, but a lot of comments Google have deleted, of course, which is a damn shame. I got some nice comments from various researchers that just vanished. So, you know, from credible people, you know, like, I'm not sure if Tansen Brown's daughter still posted on that video or not, but she put some comments on there which may have vanished as well by now. Earl Grey posted some that vanished, so yeah, and he's his chief in South Cal. MUFON, right? Who is Dr. Norton, you mean, or Mr. Ken? That's what I said to him, you know, when he was going to this thing here, at this event. I said, I dare anyone to go along and yell out, "Hello, Dr. Norton," because that would be hilarious, and have a t-shirt on with Tyler, and who is Mr. Ken, Dr. Norton, and Area 51 dude like Bob Lazar. You know, just put that on a t-shirt. That would be hilarious. But yeah, it makes me laugh when I hear Goofon saying that he only ever faked one video and he should be given time off. This is another donation. Oh, Jesus, man. Thanks very much. But it's true, you know, he faked at least 300 videos in his lifetime of his channel, right? And the last one that he tried to fake was the CERN one with the plane contrail that went around a circle, because it obviously circled and went back to the airport. And and it made that funny contrail. It makes that funny contrail shape, which I've even captured on my own New Zealand Skywatching episode 8, was it? So yeah, definitely matched the one that he was showing there, but he made it into a fake news. He took someone's photograph from the UK and said it was in CERN of Switzerland when it wasn't, and tried to say it was them experimenting above, and that's making this funny cloud above the core, which is not true. So he is still faking stuff, but at the moment he's being called out on other people's fakes. So we'll just keep going and we'll go over it.
Starting to grow, and I could see it that I needed to get this stuff done. So after about a year of waiting, a ton of lawyer fees with this stupid little piece of paper, we are truly secure now. So let's check out some cool UFO footage. So that's kind of a warning to people using his material rights, so he can now trademark his logo. Unfortunately, with fair use, it have to be there, because this is why we're going to break down this video, and I'm pretty sure it'll win it in court anyway, because it is fair use, exposing criminals. Area 51, how's it going? Long time no see again. Tommy T, the Cube UFO, yeah, that was just hilarious, wasn't it? And that was his wife, the witness that he brought out the next couple of days. Remember the newspaper put out a update, and they said, oh, people believe it's a fake, and MUFON looked at it, and the specialists said it had too many pixels for the background, blah blah blah. And then he brought out, no, it's real, here's a witness for it. And you can tell it was his wife. It's ridiculous. I'm not sure if you watched it, but I think it's still up, available. So his wife is really guilty as well, right? It's like one day his children will expose him, I suppose. an official NASA image taken during the STS-100 mission, which launched on April 19th of 2001.
Okay, he's repeated this one a few times, hasn't he?
This was a space shuttle launch, which then docked to the International Space Station, or ISS, and of course at
remember this one? It was on third phase. We debunked it probably 3-4 weeks ago.
As with every mission, many photographs of this beautiful blue marble we call Earth were taken, and in
just wait till he gets up to it, and then I'll break it down again. You can download the high-resolution file, and these files are huge. But as always, there is usually something lurking out in the darkness, as we've shown on this channel for years. And so let's start to zoom in here, and as we do, just right near the horizon line, we see what appear to be, and what has been described by others who emailed me this image. It's been around for a while, but I can't remember if I've posted on it. But we see these, what appear to be metallic orbs, sitting here in a straight line form. Okay, so the guy that scanned in this photographs, I think he came forward and said, no, we have to redo it because there was some lint and some scratches on the slide that they scanned in. That to me looks like it could have been some peeling off the emulsion on the glass slides, because they took it with these slides because they're less prone to radiation and damage. But you can see there's little specks all over the place on these photographs. You can see the sort of pixel level they get on these slides though. When they scan in old NASA footage, it's equivalent to 4K, if not higher, up to 6K. I think some of them get up to even 8K. That's a lot of pixels, even though it may not be the best quality. But you can see here, we see no stars. This is what I covered yesterday. It's because the exposure settings are set for daytime, Earthside. So else it would be all white here. And then you would see some stars, right? It would be overexposed. probably could confirm whether that was the guy that came out on this one. I think it was this slide. I know UFO of interest again did post the information that come from his research team. Now he's got a team of people that research and debunk stuff, so he's quite a handy resource that I use as well. Saves me some time having to go over stuff. So yeah, actually, has he actually put out anything for Tyler? He may have recovered that one. Okay, so he's got some on Tyler there already, but not on that photograph. So let's just have a look. Let's do a search. Where's the search thing gone? Yeah. I think he debunked it with third phase when they did it. Oh, what happened there? I pushed the function key, did I? Oh, well. Did it open up two windows? Oh, that must have done. Let's try that again. NASA. Okay, we'll just try that. Sometimes too many keywords don't work. I won't spend too much time going over this old stuff though. Okay, let's just see if we can find that image. Crop circles, is it? Oh no, that's that Soho thing, right? With this solar detector. Here, he's explaining what we're looking at, which is kind of good. So yeah, that little circle thing they're saying was a UFO is actually a reflection of the Earth, right? And there's part of the reflection as well. And there's another Soho image that you're familiar with, such as third phase, the sharing image of NASA, wondering what the object near the sun is, UFO, Nibiru, and full debunk on McWest's channel. Is that the one with the square? Is it playing it? Sometimes it pauses it. I have to go full screen. It don't quite fit. Is that going to play it? Having trouble with it. We'll move on. Blue photo. Is this the one? No. That is the lights seen from space or squid boats. Falkland Islands. You know how they don't show the map and they say, oh, this is a Klingon craft flying by the SpaceX capsule. Well, it turns out to be these squid boats that form these funny shapes on the sea. And they use bright lights, right? More stuff on Mars images, rover. Okay, we looked at those ones previously. What's this one? NASA's SDO. What is the spherical shaped object near the sun? Here, what I exposed a few days ago. Okay, I'm not sure on that one. Could be a planet, could be a... Alright, back to that video so we can't play it. So, what are we looking at? Damn, we can't look at it. I'm not sure if it's a sunspot. Is it going to play this time? Oh, it's rotating. Cool. Let's see. Is it going to pop up down here? It's probably a glitch. Oh, here we go. Is it there? What he's saying here's the full image. So he's saying there's no black circle. So that's obviously been faked. That's what he's trying to say. Sometimes it's a bit hard to work out what Scott's trying to say here. Yeah, they're saying that's there, but you can see the full video image. There's nothing there. So that means it's been edited. And someone sent that to thirdphase, he said. Okay, this is the sort of thing that even Secureteam puts up. Yeah, but we need to find the other image. Here's another one, the Daily Express. Another person that promoted Secureteam and got him to where he is today. So much I have to store in my head over 6 years history. It's a wonder I can not get muddled up, but sometimes I do a wee bit, so I have to re-look up things. But I sort of keep images in my head. I'm pretty good at that. I don't think it's photographic, but maybe it is. Phone your head. Damn phone. There. Can't you start up your PC and watch? You can watch it at the same time on two machines, can't you? Filming highlights. Just catching up on the side chat here. Michael's been busy. So this is serving if I keep finding that photograph. It will show up at some stage. This is it, No. That's to do with the International Space Station, is it? Alright, this the squid boat lights again, is it? Stupid, really. The crap that they put up, as well as the fraud channels. Okay, is this the one? And that's another one. Thirdphase again. A UFO and a laser battle. Oh, right, that one. Here's the explanation.
Yes, it's not illuminated. And now turning back on. Correct.
Yeah, so it was an experiment in space, right, with a laser. Solved. Okay. Perhaps they should have reached out to NASA and asked them, what is this, a laser experiment? Nah. Well, this is another one. Thirdphase again. Didn't try to explain some pictures of alleged anomalies, but it turns out to be a chunk of rock in a crater. Alright. And what's that one there? reflection in the helmet. That's the person taking the photograph, wasn't it? About a man reflected in the astronaut's visor. So we don't need to go into that one. That's just rubbish. Cube UFOs, is it? According to some hoax promoters, this artifact by Soho NASA UFO. But it's actually missing data. Or it's been added in. So where is it on? There's original. There's original. And they're saying on their video that's what was there. So, yeah, this shows you can't trust anything they put up. It's been messed around with. So it should be on the edge, shouldn't it? It should be there. That's where the bright bit is. Oh, right, there it is there. Now I'm starting to see it. It's right in that bright bit there. Looks like missing data. Missing data. And here's the full video of it. Oh, right, there it is. There's a glitch. Okay, you can see that's a video glitch, right? To do a compression. See, it's a chunk missing. 1/30 of a second, it's there. Next one, it's gone. Actually, it's probably every 1 second, is it? 1 second, it's there. Next one, it's gone. Well, actually, it sort of looks like it's moved a wee bit, doesn't it? Yeah, so that's just a missing block of information there, obviously. Still haven't found that one we're after. Sometimes it's hard to get it, with a search on Twitter, as you know, because I've tried to search things before. But if we spend time going over all the past ones, we'll be here forever. Recap. Come on. So, looks like it may not be here. So, maybe some other keyword we need for it. He's saying they look like spheres, but the scratch could be circular, right? Where something sort of dropped on the slide and bounced, probably, and caused damage. Boom, 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 boom. And they're getting smaller. They seem to be maybe slightly smaller as it's going along, but it's a bit hard to tell. Not much difference in it. So I don't know what that slide's called. So obviously he didn't use NASA on that one. Maybe Shuttle or STS maybe. Let's see. STS. So it's going to be a few of them probably. That one was CGI, wasn't it? That's another one that's Secureteam copied from. recycled it, right? Like it's new footage. But these things passing it, experts looked at it and said it was CGI because there was some, what you call it, masking errors. And when you check out who was the original source, all we could find was the original feed, but no UFOs on it. So obviously he edited it. Well, anyway, just carry on. It's amazing the stuff we've covered over the years. It's just crap. But maybe he didn't use it either, because that's not coming up with that new one. So let's try shuttle. The problem with Twitter is people abbreviate a bit because of the length of the field they got to play with. Right, are we getting closer to it now? I know this is a space tile that he always calls the TR3B. The shuttle tile that come off. And these ones turned out to be, again, weird scratches on the glass slide. And nothing to do with the Black Knight. It was just a blanket that sort of got away from a repair job on a satellite. And it's made up of all these other stories that they lumped together, calling it the Black Knight story. And it's nothing, each of the stories are all unrelated. And some of them were actually incorrect as well. Like 13,000 years old turned out to be a error. Is that the one? This guy will never learn or cut out the BS conspiracy. I know it's a Black Knight one again. Damn. It looked like it was going to be the one. Artifacts. Is this the one? Formation of UFOs STS-100. Okay. John Austin. The guy that the Secureteam promoted. And there's artifacts down here too, look. And there are lots of dots. And we could see other little tiny ones here and there too, couldn't we? Yeah, let's just play that one. Artifacts. Another slide. And it's the same location on all slides. It's the same thing on both slides. That's what they're saying. Two different slides of the same thing. How could the UFOs be in the same location? Let's see. I'll post a link to it so you can have a reference to it. So there you go, and I'm pretty sure Metabunk has a thing on this one too. But as I said, it looks like a scratch where something's gone bump, 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 bump. But in this case, I think if it's on two slides, there's going to be something actually on the scanner itself, where someone's dropped something on the scanner glass, right? And it's made these little fine black marks. Probably dropped a pen, right? Made these little fine marks that go along, and then they scan it in on high definition 4K, and bingo, you start seeing these little pen marks. It's ridiculous, really, isn't it? Nothing to do with UFOs, but there you go, that's the debunk on it. In fact, I think he does say STS-100 on it, does he? I will just keep on playing because I stopped a wee bit too early.
Formation and there's 5 of them. I'm sure many of you are noticing already that 4 of these, we'll call them metal spheres, the first 4 are the same size and shape, and then we have this 5th one that is about twice the size of the other 4. And as I said, the reason they appear to me to look like metallic spheres is just because of the light and shadowing to them, where on one side these things are being lit up by the bright earth below, and then
now could a piece of lint make that? If we're talking about down to really pixel levels, that could easily be a piece of a lint or hair, couldn't it? Kind of looks like it might be joined together. It's amazing how fooled we can be. Hey Susan, how's it going? Long time. Ultimate Agenda, Buzz, what? They do nothing without an objective. Love you dudes. Thanks you. That's one word that no one uses for me anyway, love. But thanks very much. It's good to know that some people do appreciate what I do here. And obviously I promote also Scott Brando, who doesn't appreciate me either, promoting him. But he should be glad, because I must be getting him more subs all the time, especially to his Twitter. Did you get your water, Mike? I'm not sure. I don't think he's back, is he? I need some water. I think he's been heavy drinking whiskey. Scottish whiskey. I told him he probably like the Outlander, a sci-fi series, because I kind of watch it and kind of enjoy it. But yeah, it was quite sexual, wasn't it? A lot of sex in it. Hey, beautiful. What's on tonight? Just exposing CGI fakes that these guys are putting up as UFOs again. So at least it's documented and people can come across it and see how it has been debunked. But yeah, I think there's a post somewhere later with Scott, or he could provide it probably, where the guy admits that it was actually a artifact on the scanner, and they probably should redo it. So, because NASA scans them in, doesn't it? And also other people that want to convert old slides to use in like movies or whatever. So this is why they airbrush stuff out, right? They get little artifacts like this, and they think, oh, we can just airbrush that up quite easily and get rid of those few pixels, right? Before Secureteam or some other person that's really bored is looking for UFOs and old photographs, right? But anyway, we'll just keep Scott open there while we just work through the rest of this here. We'll be here forever otherwise. Yeah, I'm not sure where Mike's disappeared to. Is he back? Oh, right, he's making food now. On PC now. Was making some food. Alright, he's back with us. What did you make? Sausage and bread, or we call them snags. Snags and bread. It's always a good one. We know that Tyler is, but you need to get out there and let people that are always attacking me, which I did get one just the other day, saying leave him alone. Who cares that he got let one CGI on his channel? And I said, are you kidding me? Let's see. Where's my Twitter page? Is that it? Oh no, that's my BitChute. I didn't know I had that bookmark there. It's quite handy. Out there channel. That's a YouTube one. Where's the Twitter? Ah, here it is. Yeah, this is the abuse I got just the other day. I'll just find it. Yeah, I was making a comment about him posting this up. I don't care what jealous haters say when it comes to UFO research. We are golden. What a bunch of bullshit. He's never done any research in his life. He's just a grifter, right? And I say he's a fraud that scammed 2.5 million and promotes thank you buttons so makes more money. Still using the Generation M tag of jealous, but it's actually sadness, damage, a proven hoax of hundreds of UFO content is doing still. So I put that comment up last night, and one person liked it. That's my fan base there. You know, I got 2,500 followers there, and only one liked it. This guy here was tagging me with silly stuff. If you click on there, normally you scroll up, you see what I'm responding to. This guy was posting garbage to me, and I was just getting annoyed. Okay, that's next thing. We're coming up with third phase. Anyway, Scott has put that one out too with the sun. When I was looking at this on third phase at this level. Turns out it's actually on a portrait, and you can see the ground. I thought maybe that was trees, but it turns out to be a big, huge cloud with some clouds behind and the sun, and someone's edited it to make little eyes on it. So it's partly real, partly CGI. But we'll come to that one eventually, hopefully. If not, on the next episode we will. And that one we're going to come up to on Secureteam yet. Turns out to be CGI as well. Where's that bad comment? Let's say I'm being censored still. This thing I put up a long time ago. This is actually what Corbell said about Secureteam. So I'll just go over this one again. This is what Corbell defends Secureteam, even though he knew he was a hoaxer. Tyler at Secureteam is a good dude. Have you met him? I have enjoyed his broadcast. So he's a fan of Secureteam. He watches his videos over the past couple of years. His fans are also good people. These days he just seems to be reporting the news. Yeah, right. I know there was controversy with his broadcast in the past. He hasn't said there that he's caught faking stuff, but I hung out with him and his family. We talked. He's a thoughtful and articulate guy. I got to know him. He's always been straight with me. Ugh. In every way. In any light, we all deserve to move forward and better ourselves. Yeah, why do you scammers keep on scamming then, Corbell, and putting up crap videos of bouquet fake UFOs, as Corbell's doing? Give him a chance, or a second chance, or whatever you want, but I think his work has been great ever since I have known Tyler. I hear you, I do. I'm saying that Tyler I know is a stand-up guy. This guy I know maybe take another look at his work over the past year. Well, just have a look at my breakdowns. That's all you need to do. Tell me it's not good stuff, and I will tell you it's terrible, deceptive, and hoaxy stuff. So yeah, this guy's all over the news now, and it makes me sad when I read stuff like that, how they can know someone's a hoaxer and still go and do interviews on his channel just to try and sell his movie to millions of people. I was trying to find the insult from yesterday. What happened there? Sort of lost my place now. It was down here somewhere. Here it is. Here it is. Because I didn't see it because it's a black background. Before I carry on though, what do you think of Secureteam? Do you think that Tyler should be given a chance? Do you think it's right that someone that hoaxes hundreds of videos and also even currently uses fakes that he knows are fakes, second chance or third chance or fourth chance? Can you ever trust anyone like that to be a source of UFO news? UFO facts, UFO research that he doesn't do anyway, that he claims he does. So yeah, it's terrible stuff. But this is what I got yesterday. Bro, having one CGI video doesn't make you a bad person. I've been a fan of him for many years, and you need to stop this. Obviously that's shit. And do your own research. As if I don't do research, guys. In fact, I'm probably the only one that does research on this stuff, as well as Scott Brando and probably Mick West even does. But I'm a experiencer and also a believer. But I'm still skeptical. I haven't lost my mind. Bro, having CGI videos. Stop that shit of keep exposing or attacking Tyler. And I said I'll keep on going until he comes clean on it all and does really start a new channel. But he's got to cancel the channel he's on and start a new one. That's the only time I would start. Same with Third Phase. They didn't cancel their channel and start a new channel from scratch. But if you have a look at their Third Phase channel, which is the new one they've started, that's the real number of people that watch them versus the 800,000 fake ones that they have on their main channel. Why doesn't Google purge all their subs like they do with mine on a daily basis? They keep purging mine so I never go higher than 2,500. And they'll say it's not them. But you can see it, as soon as I upload a video, I suddenly start losing 1 or 2 subs every time. Unless Elon Musk has convinced them otherwise when he bought up Twitter that they could be the next. I can't see it changing. And do your own research. Just because one CGI video gets posted on account doesn't mean he's a fake. So this is how out of touch these people are when they start attacking me. And all they have to do is click on my name here, and it just goes straight to an article which is pinned. That should come up at the very top here. Tells you right there. Big UFO channels do hoax, not just lie and deceive. Tyler of Secureteam, watch 250-minute mark. There's the link. Third phase of the moon. Spelt with the abbreviation as well. Blah, 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 bang. You know, and this guy's attacking me instead of just watching this stuff and seeing for himself. What is wrong with these people? Where's my placeholder gone now? Oh, that sucks. It's gone to that one. Where was the one for that one? Anyway, it's one of many comments to me anyway. So that's the sort of crap I generally get, you know. And no one replies onto it. None of my followers here say, yeah, man, get with the program. You're the one that needs to do the research. And he was defending Phil Snyder, saying he was legit. And I said, no. FBI have been monitoring for years because he was making claims about false claims about the government. Of course, they were monitoring him about underground bases there, which was false, on Indian land, isn't it? Or next to Indian land, a government-owned land. And, yeah, they got medical reports where he was actually checked into a mental mental institution, and got reports there saying he chopped off his own fingers. And you got autopsy report there saying how it was possible that he could hang himself with that particular tubing and all that sort of stuff, you know. And, you know, this person's trying to tell me to do my own research. I said, look, I have, and I've put it out years ago. And still people are promoting Phil Snyder as a legit dude. He was a mental patient. Anyway, enough on that. But yeah, I was just meant to be debunking this. Let's see. So many legit research. Why focus on wrong? Keep looking. Never forget. That's why we do a mix of everything. We do a debunking, we do our own research on and new cases if we find time, and we also have a camera outside. So I'm doing that now, and still working on it. I'm still developing stuff in between doing shows, like the software I put on the phone. If you saw my remote control in the phone, so I can do a better compass on it and all that sort of stuff. So if you've not watched modern Android phone, go and have a look at that episode I put up. I was head down trying to nut out code on that one. It's not too easy to code Android, but there's, you know, it's sort of like abbreviation stuff and API calls and all that sort of stuff. It's not like you write it in English. But I'm pretty good at picking up languages and relearning new stuff, even at my age. My ripe
And the other side
age.
is in darkness, you know, the part that's facing oblivion. And so, you know, it's definitely an interesting pick. I've done many videos on UFOs captured in Earth orbit between 200 and 600 miles up into the atmosphere. So tell me what you guys think about this. And so as we move off of planet Earth, let's head to the moon, as I said we were going to, and look at some lunar images, which are my favorite. The first one also available from the Apollo Image Atlas. So this is a photograph, and it's a film photograph.
Okay, this is again meant to be a expert in the field, especially on video and photographs analysis, as well as UFO cases and all that history of UFOs. And what's he going to talk about here? Some NASA photographs that show a blue UFO. And I've already mentioned this at least 10 times now. The blue UFOs are static sparks as the film is wound. They weren't using glass slides for these ones in space. They're using special film with chemicals on it, and as it went through the rollers it caused sparks. So eventually that film roll they had in there run out, and so that lunar orbiter become useless. That's why they got 1, 2 and 3 up there, and they're probably not doing anything now. because it's using old technology. So what they'd do is they'd take it on a normal film, and like a flatback scanner, they would scan it, the negative, and transmit it back to Earth. So there's lots of errors that could creep in there through the transmission, the mechanical side of things. And in this case, the rollers were generated in little sparks, and some of them are only a few pixels big, you know, and they create these little blue sparks. So you'll see some here on this particular lunar image that he's going to show you.
It's not digital, and it was taken around 50 years ago.
And also they had the same similar cameras on the moon at that stage as well. They didn't realize that it was creating sparks on the images until they started processing them. So they scrapped that camera with a new idea. They did actually have anti-static stuff inside the camera, and this is all the stuff I've read up on the PDF files and all that sort of stuff in the past, right? I did my own research on it, on the type of cameras they were using, and what it looked like inside and all that sort of stuff. The information is out there, and sometimes it's a bit hard to find it though. And there's a lot of reading, and it's pretty boring, some of it as well.
If you follow the channel, you will most likely recognize this immediately. If we just zoom in to a certain crater here, and I'm not sure if the astronauts saw it.
I'm not sure what brand it was here, Michael. I don't think those ones did. Was it the Hasselblad ones? I think these might have been Kodak, some new cameras that they're working on for instant film on the negative. I think the ones that they used on the moon were just glass slides. They had a fixed camera on the front of them as well as on tripods, and they'd slide in glass sheets and then store it in a square box. Because there's really a lot of fine dust up there, right? So, yeah, you can find that information online about all the different cameras they used. So, I'm probably not the only one that's looked into that information, obviously.
Or if this was the reason that the astronaut was pointing his camera out
obviously
the window.
Secureteam hasn't, or he has, and he doesn't care.
Sitting inside this crater, and we will go ahead and flip the perspective of this just to get a better vantage point. And right at the edge of a pretty massive crater in the region that is sitting in shadow, as it is unable to be hit by the sun, we have this strange blue light being emitted.
Okay, I'll zoom in on it. Okay. Does it look like a UFO to you? No. It's white and blue. And he shows up another one too. And there's also, you get also blue blobs where the emulsion pills as well. But this one here definitely looks like a spark one. You can see it's got smearing where it's gone across horizontally there, right? You got to remember, film is a wee bit different than digital cameras, but I guess which way the film's being fed in that causes the spark to happen. Obviously, it's not going to create a nice little dot. It's going to create like a streak, isn't it?
Emitted from the darkness. So this light, we're talking something that, you know, would be giant. Even a football stadium light in this crater would not show up this brightly. So we're talking about between 2 and 5 of those giant spotlights that you see outside of parties and events, kind of like the bat signal. And as I...
No, it's not. It's a light from inside. And these blue things are all over NASA photographs. You can find lots of them. Down on their boots even, you know, it just proves that it's on not in the sky or on the surface at all, but it's very small.
Reviewed this, I noticed that just off to the left here is yet another one of these mysterious blue lights that, as I said earlier, I've shown on this channel so many times.
So as the film passed through, caused two sparks to happen at the same time. And you can see that one's smaller, hasn't got so much smearing on it. But if you watch my episode on that, just go to search there, type in blue, and it'll probably be on several videos probably. Don't think Google would be that bad. It's putting up too many. It's only a 5-minute debunk with information on it. And also moon anomalies is another one that I repeated. Because Tyler keeps bringing it up all the time. Oh, here we go. Took a wee while to find it. NASA blue UFOs re-investigated. Right, it's almost a 14-minute episode. Sorry about that. There was a lot of documents in it, I think. Technical documents. So, yeah, that's part of my UFO case ones where I used to do 5 or 10-minute ones because people were saying they ain't going to watch a 3-hour video. I said, well, life debunks are different. And you can see how I found the information and how long it takes me to find it and make a 10-minute video out of it. It takes a long time. But there you can watch it after this show. And you can see, I think I put the one where it's down near the boot of the astronaut. Proves it's not a UFO.
Times, and in some of those photographs, when zoomed in and analyzed, you can actually see solid structures behind these glowing auras around them. So yeah, another smaller blue glow, yet again coming from a shadowy portion of the moon. You know, again, lurking in the darkness. It would appear these things love to do, watching from a distance. So NASA, never a straight
answer, and we covered that yesterday, didn't we? With his cousin also putting out garbage, fake lies yesterday. They hide in the darkness. That's his title of this episode.
Answer might tell you that, oh, these are just photograph, you know, flares or weather balloons, possibly. But as I said, I've shown photographs where these things have
electrostatic
solid
sparks,
structures, but emit this sort of
inside the
plasma
camera
blue glow. So tell me what you think. Link to this is down below as well from the Apollo Image Atlas. Eerie
this
stuff.
guy hasn't got a clue.
And by the way, guys, before I forget to mention this, YouTube has just come out this week
money.
and has now enabled
they haven't given it to me
that are eligible for which I
don't think they're giving it to me. Let's have a look. Just bring up the blue UFO one. Google hasn't given it to me because I don't make much money, you see. Super thanks. Nope, no super thanks there. Whoop, auto playing. That's annoying that does that. So yeah, let's see what he's going to say
I
about
was actually
super
lucky
thanks.
to be one of them to earn from something called Super Thanks, which is a really cool new feature that basically allows you to show your appreciation for the work that I'm doing, but specifically for a certain video. And if you'll notice in any of my videos just below where you can join through the YouTube membership button and support that way. However, say you just really liked one of my videos. Well, you click the icon right here that says thanks with the heart next to it, where you can choose a preset amount or enter your own, as well as writing a super thanks comment, which allows you to buy a really cool one-time animation that is personalized, and your comment that you posted with it will be highlighted and directly shown down below in the video comments, just like a super chat on a live stream. And this is a really cool new feature because specifically and especially for channels like mine, due to the content I speak on, this is a really awesome feature that allows...
Yeah, I just can't stand the music in the background all the time, because especially when they do interviews and you got that music going. Third Phase do it too, and they're showing people's videos and they got the background music, and you want to hear if we can hear any helicopters and that sort of stuff. Oh no, she's got to run. Hey, goodbye, Susan. And yes, I haven't seen anything apart from aliens in my bedroom that I can't explain. Well, I suppose I saw a fast-moving light once that seemed to go faster than any satellite I had seen. So that could have been some sort of military craft as well, but who knows? It was heading off down to Antarctica direction anyway. Yes, so we'll see you again later. Make sure to watch the rest of the episode. And if you get time, because we might have to break this one up still, because I keep talking. 1.5 hours already. It can't be, surely. Seems like only 5 minutes into it, you know. But anyway, yeah, thanks for joining us. It's been a bit sad lately with no one joining the side chats. But sometimes I do run it at strange times a day, I suppose. So yeah, super thanks. He can make lots more money. I don't know if he's got any. I didn't see any things like balloons popping up when I went to this episode today, so not too sure.
Allows you to show your support on a specific video with a one-time thank you, purchase, and comment that allows you to interact with me. And to put it simply, it helps creators, because believe it or not, researching and putting together a video and all of the hours that it takes to edit even a 10 or 15 minute video are quite grueling task. If you appreciate the work I've done on any particular video, just click that thanks button. And
but there's no reason why he couldn't do live shows like we do. And I'm pretty sure he'd have a few thousand people watching him, wouldn't he? Out of his millions. They wouldn't care how long he took, because they love him, right? They believe every word he says. Of course, a lot of them are like short attention spans and only like 5-minute videos, right? And that's why these people with those ones saying, oh, who's ever going to watch 2 hours? Well, actually, lots of people do. There's at least a couple hundred that watches Goof on every time he's on. And you got Martin Willis show. And you got the Black Vault. All those go on for an hour or so. So, yeah, people do watch long shows. Especially if they're interested. And if they're interested in the field, right? Like, you can't be a real ufologist if you're only interested in 5-minute videos. You ain't going to learn anything from that. And you're going to be deceived. And that's the whole problem with ufology at the moment, is the way Third Phase and Tyler have done it. Have sort of programmed the next generation of YouTubers or young kids to think, I love this stuff, but it's not going to interrupt my gaming. You know, they're into gaming a lot. They don't want to waste 2 hours watching UFOs. They just want to the guts of it. And the guts of it is generally deceptive, right? You know, a mundane UFO video which is explainable, but they never find out because they're too lazy to do the research, too lazy to Google Secureteam hoaxer and see what comes up, you know.
Throw me a personalized message just like I am here, and we'll just write, "You are a really weird dude." That is all, period. But hopefully you get the gist. It's really simple. And
I thought you were leaving,
Susan.
Susan.
Let's go back to Tyler being weird again.
Anyway, good night.
Now, next, I want you to see this telescopic moon video that was sent to me. It doesn't have any audio, but it appears to be from a telescope. It's got this wobbling to it, which is prominent with any
Okay,
telescope.
so this one I hadn't seen before. Wasn't too sure about it until Scott posted up some extra information. So at the moment, I was looking at this and thinking, well, there's two possibilities of this. Something in our atmosphere that's making the strange shape, or it's CGI. So I kept on watching it, and
looking out into space,
the only thing I could think that would match what we're seeing here,
the Earth's atmosphere, and we have these 4 or 5 glowing lights, plain to see, right at the horizon line where the moon.
Okay, so when I've seen this with bits dropping off, normally it has been illumination, targeted flares where they're shooting at it. In this case, it's not that, because normally it's a big cluster with bits falling down, right? It looks like one big mothership with little orbs dropping off it, which are normally cluster flares, and they're shooting at the parachutes, and the parachutes get holes or scrambled or blown off, and of course the flare drops down, right? And the other one is these new LED kite tails, right, which can make funny patterns and different lights, and it can look like stuff are dropping off the end too, and it can have a light that keeps going down the length of the tail. So I thought, could it be a LED kite someone's flying that's got in the way of the moonshot? But I thought maybe that's too high up, and it still could be CGI. So I left it there and went to bed, sleep, and woke up the next morning and found that Scott had posted an article on it, exposing it. So let's have a look what he had to say on it here. So he gets the kudos for this one because he actually put in some research, or he's seen it before years ago, and knew straight away what it was. So, latest video published on May the 3rd, 2022 by Secureteam is just a mix of old stuff already exposed and debunked. For example, one of these old videos proposed is actually an old fake made by Alien Planet, a known YouTuber and CG artist, as I exposed here. Okay, so let's just play this. I guess it's a YouTube video that he made. And these two side by sides of the original, and it's pretty blurry, not the highest quality there, but he's put down what it says here. Original source, fake video published on May 25th of 2019 by CGI artist Alien Planet. Oddly enough, I've never ever seen this one before, 3 years ago. So I have now, and there's the latest of Secureteam rebadging it. Ooh, scary music there, Scott. It sounds like an alien movie. That sounds like an intro for a movie too, doesn't it? With the sound effects there and the rumbling. I will post a link to the video in a minute, or his YouTube post. It might be a bit better.
Now, next, I want you to see this telescopic moon video that was sent to me. It doesn't have any audio, but it appears
watch out, Scott. He'll be suing you in court for using his video.
to be from a telescope. It's got this wobbling to it, which is prominent with any telescope looking out into space, because that wobbling is being caused by the Earth's atmosphere. And we have these 4 or 5 glowing lights.
Well, actually, it was an artifact that was added to make it look like it was in the atmosphere. But technically, it's right. Normally, it's a lot of wavering because the light is changing. The atmosphere is bending the light as it's getting to the camera. But yeah, with CGI artists, you can add those effects in.
Plain to see, right at the horizon line where the moon goes from sunlight to darkness, and at one point it looks as if the object releases something behind it. Something flies off of it. Actually, a couple of objects.
Yeah, that's another thing you can spot too, is as Mike has pointed out, is sometimes the UFO is sharper than the moon, and of course this is obviously on a telescopic lens that someone's trying to film the moon, and you expect the objects to be the same quality. But it is very small. It's really hard to tell, but it does look brighter than the whites in the rest of the picture there, doesn't it? So
come off this thing, and it looks, it has the type of glowing aura around it that I would expect to see with a grainy video recording that's from a camera attached to the lens of a telescope. I don't see anything that
which is BS. It's to do with data compression techniques used by the video process, right?
Things fake or false to me. So yeah, guys, very, very enigmatic footage. I know nothing about it. Tell me your thoughts. Whatever this thing is, it would have to be large, or at least, again, have lights on it that are very, very powerful to be able to be picked up like this. And again, I don't know when this was captured. I don't know what decade. So it almost looks like some sort of giant alien craft, you know, dropping off drones behind it as it slowly and finally at the end of the short video.
See, if he was really that good, he would have said the same as me. He said, yes, it could be CGI, it could be a lead kite with the tail where they can have it bright and going downwards. Looks like things dropping off it all the time. They can program that in, a little chip on it and run it off, you know, like a 3-volt battery or 9-volt battery, and it could go for a long time.
It starts to move into the darkness.
LED lights
maybe going toward or behind the moon.
Generally don't use much wattage, right, for brightness. So there you go. I'll post the link to his video debunk on that. Moon CGI. Okay, so it's coming to the end of the video. I'm not sure there's much more.
It goes from sunlight to darkness, and at one point it looks as if the object releases something behind it, or something flies off of it. Actually, a couple of objects come off this thing, and it looks, it has the type of glowing aura around it that I would expect to see with a grainy video recording that's from a camera attached to the lens of a telescope. I don't see anything that rings fake or false to me. So yeah, guys, very, very enigmatic footage. I know nothing about it. Tell me your thoughts. Whatever this thing is, it would have to be large, or at least, again, have lights on it that are very, very powerful to be able to be picked up like this. And again, I don't know when this was captured. I don't know what.
Okay, so you can see, as obviously the moon is filmed with a camera, because you can see there was some atmospherics on the moon here, but none of these lights shimmered at the same time. Generally, when it shimmers on the image, it only shimmers elsewhere in the image too, doesn't it?
What decade? So it almost looks like some sort of giant alien craft, you know, dropping off drones behind it as it slowly and finally, at the end of the short video, starts to move into the darkness. It looks like it's maybe going toward or behind the moon, so it begins to fade out. Tell me what you guys think. I'm stumped, man, but pretty cool. And lastly, before we go today, because again, I just wanted to post a video showing some just different interesting clips I had never seen before, but we have here a piece of footage that I haven't shown in many years, or at least since it came out. But this was shot in 2018, and it's a dash cam video from someone's vehicle, and as they're driving...
I think this was in UK actually. Seems to ring a bell.
Notice what at first glance may look like a plane passing by overhead, but once zoomed in, one can clearly see that this thing is a possible TR-3B style.
Okay, this was apparently another CGI fake. I thought maybe it could be a plane, but you can actually see it is blacked out in some of the frames.
Alien craft or government craft.
Like there. But then again, I thought maybe F-14 has a triangle shape like that. If it's got this nose light on and wingtip lights on. But I believe, by memory, I think it turned out to be CGI. Someone noticed some errors in the masking again as it was going past the tree.
Craft, and you can see the distinct triangular shape of this thing, a light on each of its three corners.
And I think the guy may have come clean eventually on it as well.
Which is identical to the legendary...
Okay, so why did the light fade there? I think that was one of the mistakes, right, in the editing. You saw how it faded? Looked like it went behind something and there's nothing there. It's meant to be like, there's the trees there. That's meant to be clouds behind, but you can see here, it wasn't masked right, and you can see one of the lights looked like it faded as it went behind something that wasn't there.
Video from someone's
see if I can
vehicle,
get it again.
and as they're driving, we notice what at first glance may look like a plane passing by overhead, but once zoomed in, one can clearly see that this thing is a possible TR-3B style.
There, look, basket error. There's no reason that light should have gone out. Alright, and let's go forward. What is that dot? Suddenly comes back in, which is abnormal for a TR-3B and a plane for that. I think it disappears again, doesn't it? It gets down to a certain level. There you go, look. That's a masking error. See, the blackness and the dot don't line up now. You saw that, hopefully. Can we go back? Oh, yes, we can, look. Went from there to there. It's not changed angles, and it still should be visible even on that angle. Then it suddenly comes back. So yeah, clearly CGI, even me spotting it there. So whoever analysed it is correct.
You see the distinct triangular shape of this thing, a light on each of its three corners, which is...
Yeah, apparently, until they disappear through CGI error.
The legendary and mythical craft. We know that the government back in the late 80s was working on a triangular craft called the TR-3B or TR Black Manta, but then abruptly said that they were no longer working on it and the whole project was shelved. And of course, I don't think really anyone bought that, and it's been said over many years that the government model of this triangle is said to contain propulsion systems taken and somehow reverse engineered so that it would work with our materials here on Earth, giving the
Okay, I think this one here was a plane that had some modification done to the video.
Object, total anti-gravity capabilities. So we're talking.
I think this was like a fighter plane that they tried to take off the tail fin to make it look like a TR-3B.
Max speed, no wind resistance.
I'm not too sure on that one, but you can see here.
Thousands.
See, it does look kind of strange. It might be also a Section 51 fake as well.
Of miles an hour and doing a right-hand turn with 0 Gs, or as has been seen by most people.
Okay, we know that's fake because Tom DeLonge used this one. We only got laughed at.
Because you probably really wouldn't see this thing if it was.
This one is done by the German brothers Donuts. He keeps reusing that one as well to push his triangle narrative. All the videos he's put up have been space shuttle tiles, fakes, and solar balloons, the triangle balloons.
Going 5,000 miles an hour, but you'll get these videos of these just eerie, slow, creeping black triangles silently drifting through the sky, and it's just it's really eerie stuff. So really cool piece of footage. 2018. If you haven't seen this before, well, you got a treat today, and if you have seen it, well, I'm glad I could refresh your memory. So with that, guys, thank you.
You did refresh my memory of all the CGI fakes, Tyler.
I appreciate all of you. I have got my my trademark plaque sitting on the mantle right above my creation station here. It's just a symbol of how far we've come. For more UFO and alien related material,
let's have a read of the comments. Does anyone call him out at all, or not, or does he just, is he still deleting the comments? I'd like to see his block list. I know I'm on it. Been watching you for the last 6 or 7 years, and this guy hasn't picked out that he's a fraud. Been a long time journey, but you're still been spreading the truth. Far from it, mate. He's not even a single ounce of truth. Don't ever change. No, he's always going to be a scammer. This is the only way you can make such big money, is to be a criminal. Thanks for many hours of quality content. They just don't understand these people. They're delusional. Awesome. I literally was just thinking, I wish I had something new good to watch. Then this notification came through. Thank you, Tyler. Another 5-minute attention spam generation in there, I'm afraid. Tyler, I've been compiling all the recorded UFO sightings in ancient history. Well, how could you? They were all paintings, weren't they? There were a select few about meteorites found on hieroglyphics. Yeah. And of course there was Chinese diaries too, talking about that sort of stuff. Thanks for being one of the favourite humans. Are you sure he's human? He could be alien. He's a disinformation agent, that's for sure. TR-3B, whether alien or not, back in 1996, I was on a motorbike waiting for lights to change at a crossroad to Farm Bournemouth Air Force Air Show in England, when a silent black triangle suddenly appeared above the junction and hovered in the sky fairly low. Everything stopped and stared at it. The traffic. So you should get this guy on for an interview. Traffic lights changed, but nobody moved. We stayed that way for I don't know how long, so maybe all of them were suspended and probably flipped into the next universe while they worked on them. Vanished and traffic all started again. So that does sound like a portal opening there. So that might be a real sighting of a craft. Whether it's Black Ops, I don't know. But there's a possibility that some of them are alien. And the Black Ops are reversed engineered crash ones, or ones have managed to shoot down or something. So that's a possibility. But I know the Nazis were working on those triangle shaped crafts, and they were trying to do vertical liftoff craft, right? So I've covered that also in Nazi UFOs episode if you've not watched it. Congrats, man, I've been a viewer for many years. I feel really sorry for these people. If they're not, they say it's entertainment. These frauds always get away saying it's entertainment, does no harm. But these guys, while they're talking, have had experiences and they're trying to validate them. And they think he's a #1 source of UFO videos. And it's similar to what they saw, which means maybe what they saw was actually a mundane object. And hasn't been debunked for them. Because they haven't considered that there's some strange shaped kites or balloons out there, or hot air balloons, or weather, natural weather things, and all that sort of stuff. Because they're not showing it on these channels. Well done, Tyler. When the haters of a hater were doubting you a few years ago, I knew you'd be back. And here you are, smashing it better than ever. You come a long way, man. Massive respect. Tim Sutton, I hope you're not UK. Because there seems to be a lot of UKers that actually watch him. Because the UK rags did such a good job. Congratulations on the trademark. And all saying the same thing. Congrats. We'd love to see a 10-year compilation. God knows. Please don't. Yes, Tyler, the dark side of the moon. Those blue lights are in many Apollo photographs. Hey, I said that. Guessing this is variety of craft. No, it's a spark from Static. Thanks, man. Your videos have helped me. So, if he did a proper video and actually showed people what it was, and showed the other images where it's actually near astronauts on the moon, so it can't be a UFO, then they would know, instead of still guessing that it's UFOs and aliens. But I'll keep putting out stuff there. You never know, maybe one day I'll stop being suppressed and people will do a search on Blue UFOs NASA, and up comes that episode I shared with you not just long ago. And then they'll be wiser. Those lights are the size of a city. Let's talk about the ones on the moon again. I would love it if Secureteam 10 had a convention. So these are the hardcore fans. They really do love them. And if it was legit, he probably would be doing, I'll be going out here sky watching. If you want to join me, anyone can at this particular location. We will have security, on-site security, and to try and keep everybody safe, blah, 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 whatever. You're awesome, man. So this is a sort of gullibleness that makes me a wee bit sad, really. that these people can't do a simple search on this guy and do a background check on him. So he's had 13,000 likes, right, and only 120,000 watches. I'm hoping people will wisen up and that won't keep climbing up to 200,000, 300,000. So if we go back to his last one, already you can see, which was that garbage one on the Mars, he's already got 237 there. And the one before that, almost 300,000. And if you put 4 ads on that, that's like $1,000 possible that you could earn from that. Probably a minimum of $400 to $1,000. It's not bad going. If you knocked out one of those a day, if he wasn't lazy, he could be very rich again. But at the moment, seems to be quite happy, earning about 10,000 to 20,000 a month, when he used to be earning $60,000 to $140,000 a month. This was the heyday before he got addicted again to opiates and booze. Anyway, we're finished with him. And we'll now bring up third phase, maybe. Are you still there, Mike? Or do I save third phase for another day? Still. Let's see, how are we going for time? 2 hours. It is getting a bit long, isn't it? Normally I try and wrap up once it gets a bit too long. Ever sneeze so hard? You what? Charted? No. Are you still there, Mike? Still there? It must be getting late for you guys, isn't it? Let's see. Won't it be like 3 in the morning over there? Or is it 2 in the morning? Because daylight savings is crazy. I might just leave third phase. Well, we did cover some third phase, but Scott has put out that one that they've got in one of the videos here of the sun here. This video has gone viral, stolen by many users and shared without credit as a weird sky phenomenon at sunset, or UFOs. That's a fake UFO created by TikToker and VFX designer Paulo and Adriano. Here's the Instagram account. And what's interesting is when you click on, is it that one? Unlike third phase, it shows the full video. And you can see it's actually got a landmass, a horizon, and then this big cloud cover. And all I saw was this part of it here, which I thought was clouds and sun when I quickly looked at it the other day. So what's it meant to do? Make a little happy face. Happy sun. And when you see the whole one, you know it's got to be fake, because you can see the sun is actually below the horizon there. Oh, what happened there? Stupid thing. Oh, I got rid of my thing down there, so it doesn't matter. So yeah. So let's just have a quick look at third phase, see what they've put up, anything new. But I have to do another show, I think. But yeah, that's just one CGI they got caught on. Whistleblower, military insider shares shocking. Yeah, let's just have a skim again. Might have to spend some more time on it. Okay, so they're interviewing a guy with his UFO story. No video, no pictures. So we probably can't use that one. So that's the only thing new they've put up since last time we looked. Vortex products open up. I was saying that, was it? I don't think we've seen this one either. No, it doesn't ring a bell. Interviewing people. Alright, that's what we got here. Security camera. Alright, generally end up with bugs on the lens, right?
Opinions. I'm going to get my brother Brent's opinion.
That looks like a little spider. You can't see the thread. It's just dangling in front of the camera.
Right now, I'm trying to figure this out, and I have no explanation. That's why we're sharing it with.
And we got lens flare. Because it's called active infrared, and it's got LEDs around the camera. And it's so close to the camera that all that light's reflecting off the spider, which is going to be a little thing behind all this light source here. Because we got over at, you know, the what you call it, Blumen glare, where it's creating a big white blob of all the infrared beams bouncing off it. It's not actually generating all that heat itself, it's just the LEDs sending light towards the object and it's bouncing back off it, a bit like radar in a way. So that's
With you right here at Third Phase Moon, we want to get the answers. Brent, any thoughts here?
Absolutely. We're looking at something special right here. We're seeing an object kind of undulate, and then it does this fast motion.
Those little spiders in a strand of web, and if they get a little breeze, they bounce around like this.
Which really makes me wonder what this is. Here's a good close-up by two angles right here, capturing the phenomenon, and then at one point, it just exits the scene at an extreme rate of speed.
So it could also be CGI, this one. So you probably have to do step by step and see if there's any errors in it. You see here it's solid, but in the other image it seemed
First I was looking at this and I'm
too transparent. Do we think aliens are real? Yeah. Because we got some credible evidence, that's why. The stuff you haven't seen on TV. We got the real stuff. And we've had the real visitations too. Aliens are not real. Unfortunately they are. There's a lot of credible multi-witnesses from military that's seen them. There's a lot of abductions where the family actually seen them being abducted by the aliens. That's at least 20% of the cases. Half the abductions occur in daytime. Aliens are definitely real. And I've got a video that even shows one. So, yeah, and you are the silly goose, because the people that don't believe in it and call them demons and angels are generally religious. Okay. But anyway, third phase one.
this object being reflected on the vehicle.
No.
Again, this isn't a spider web or anything of the sort. We're looking at something very strange, and at the speed it takes off.
So you said spider and web. Me thinks it might be CGI now.
Off, leaves one.
No, looking at it. So where's the reflection going downwards now, you see? It's there.
Again, this isn't a
Let's see, does it disappear?
spider web or anything of the sort. We're looking at something very strange, and at the speed it takes off, leaves one wondering what this is.
Okay, where's the reflection now? Doesn't seem as bright as it was before.
I really like the disc-shaped nature to this craft too.
Seems to be very inconsistent. So if that was a bright object near the car, why aren't we seeing it reflected in the windows? It's got to be CGI.
Highlight it. Look at it. It just takes off at.
And it looks very much fabricated, that one. Anyway, what else they got? This one looks like an old one they recycled. Newsreader. Yes. And a bug on again his security camera that they're getting the image from. What is it? Here it is. That's a classic fly landing on the lens and crawling along. That one's definitely 100% bug. So a different person. It looks like the same bug another day. It's probably living around that side of the
live
house.
Broadcast
The side of the building, I mean.
on national news captures the phenomenon of something streaking across the sky.
Yeah, it's on the lens. Okay, let's just keep on going. Bullshitter, Blake.
The local myths and legends.
Okay. Not great. Boring. Fraud. Oh. I hate that feature. Okay. So that's that. So we sort of debunked those ones. CGI first one is my guess. Some inconsistencies there, and also the next one was really a bug because you can see how it streaked across the lens, and it didn't seem like it was like edited. When you see that effect of that thing when it speeds off, at least that funny little trail to try and simulate long exposure. But you could see it wasn't smeary enough. It didn't look quite right. and plus these two here. Now one of them's got that sun thing in, which is CGI. I suppose I might as well debunk them. Okay, this one here. Went too sure on this one. So what will be the list of possibilities? Okay, so stick UFO on the list. Another one could be a surf kite. Number 2, it could be a blimp. Number 4, it could be an advertising balloon. And that might be just helium, and they tow along behind a boat to advertise a resort. Advertising balloon, it could be outside of a business. Looks like it's over above buildings there, is it? What else could it be? A kite. That sounds fishing with fishing kites. So let's just keep on going. Still could be a fishing kite. And this guy keeps tilting the camera.
So there's a
and
pause picture right there, so we could get a closer look. Incredible footage right now, and it's having me second guess this, if this is CGI or if this is too good to be true. But as I keep looking at it closer and closer, it seems legitimate.
It seems to be going upwards like a balloon would, or a kite.
Ever so graceful in the sky, steady.
So it's still a possibility a kite or advertising balloon, and we're not seeing detail.
As it is, and the cameraman tilts, and the parallax is just...
Oh, it could be a surf kite still. We'd have someone dangling underneath, right? Can we see any boat in that footage at all? So if it was one of those surf kites, one of those surf kites that you have someone dangling behind a boat.
I can guess this, if this is CGI or if this is too good
Looks like it's been cropped, so it's a reefed flag, you know, it's only little
to be
segments.
true, but as I keep looking at it closer and closer, it seems legitimate.
It's got to be a surf kite, isn't it? So can we see any boat there? It's really out of focus, terrible footage, because you're using a tree here to get the automatic focus on purpose, to try and hide where the UFO, so-called UFO is. Let's see. Surf kites. I've done that again. Oh, I haven't. I'll just type this in. I have to zoom in so I can see what I'm doing. Give you an idea what I think it could be. One of these ones, kiteboard, and no, not that one. Although that one is being towed behind a boat. I think it's more of one of the bigger tourist type ones they're using. Let's have a look at images. Okay, here's a white one. Something like that. It's pretty high up there. So those kites get up pretty high, don't they? The kite boat project. So that's a fairly big one. Towing a boat behind. And again, you can see how high these kites are getting compared to the boats on the surface. Another white kite one. Is that one being towed though? That one might be like a base jumper type one where they're flying over a cargo ship there. I don't find my tourist one. Guess I need to put tourists in. Let's have a look. Those ones again. So it could be a surf kite, couldn't it? Look how much cable he's got in that one. He's just a little dot in the sea. And if that would be going upwards as he's surfing away, you ain't going to see him on that small camera. So that's what I think it is. I think it's a surf kite. Or one of those that's being towed behind a boat, which that might be one of them there. Where they have a single or two people dangling underneath and they turn it along while a boat on the water. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking.
I like where this craft just hovers ever so graceful
See how
in
it's
the
going
sky,
upwards,
steady
like it's being towed?
as it is, and the cameraman tilts, and the parallax is just beautiful. It's perfect, in my opinion. The in and out, everything seems
Could even
to
be a
match
hang glider.
match up really well here, Brent. What's your thoughts?
They're towing behind a
This is a
boat
pretty
and
badass
trying to get
video.
it up
We
there.
pulled this up today. A friend just sent this in, and we're like, "What the heck's going on?" Again, look at this close up right here. This
Looks like a hang glider
what
or a
people
surf
say
kite,
would,
doesn't it?
Emulate the Bob Lazar sport.
That's what I'm saying, it's a UFO. Bob Lazar nonsense. Surf kite to the cows come home. Okay, this guy here, I'm sure is plane lights. Looks like we've lost a few people here. Mr. G. Nah, what? Nah, what, dude? That is not a surf kite. If I had $1 million, I'd bet $1 million it is. If we could prove it.
Had a Tier 3B sighting. We're going to be looking over the video right now. So let's take a look at what Jesse just captured.
But if you're saying nah to that person that's talking about demons, aliens being demons, then nah for that. That's perfectly right. Is Putin a demon? Sure he is. Yeah, so this guy's telling a story about seeing this strange craft fly over him. And it hovered. And it's nonsense. And here's his video of it, which looks like a plane that's far away, that's heading towards him. You can see it's 4 separate lights. And also motion blur, because it looks like he's moved it slightly downwards and stretched the lights. Let's see, was it full video?
A solid triangle, or if it was a V shape.
Planes tend to be V shapes.
But when it hovered, it was like it looked.
Again, this is where you need to use the apps, guys, at the time of your sighting. See if Flight Tracker has it. But that looks typical as a plane coming straight on. And it's far enough away that you don't see the strobe lights. Plane lights, nights. Let's see what comes up. And here's some examples already. That one's got 2. That one's got 3 little dots, but you can't, if that was far enough away, you'd only see the 3 dots, which just look on TR3B. And that one's got 4 bright lights, which is getting closer to it, and it's got the little red and green ones that blink, but if it's far enough away, you ain't going to see it. The strobe light's normally in the middle here, and can get washed out. Here's another one that looks very similar to their video. That one looks like a TR3B if you saw it far away. You won't see these other lights, just fade away and the camera won't see them. Especially if it's a cheap crap smartphone. There's a triangle shaped plane. That could easily be mistaken for a TR3B. Anyway, before I was going to get some front ones. Front view. Let's see what narrows it down for us. Okay, that one's blurry. Google search is not really good. They're not front views, a lot of these ones. And they're on the ground. Or coming into land. But definitely looks like a plane. And I think we can see some of the strobe light too.
Airport is right
Looks like it's blinking there too.
next to the highway, and a plane was taking off right as we were coming in, and we saw the shape of the plane as clearly as we could see the shape of this other craft, and this craft was not a plane. Not a plane.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And if you used your flight radar, you could have debunked it.
And then there's other local residents that witnessed it.
Yes.
So tell me about that.
I don't know who they are, but they also took video, and I know they were residents of Snowflake. Some of them said that they saw it hover over their houses, or...
Now, if a plane's flying towards you for a really long time, it's going to look like it's hovering. So, yeah, this is nonsense.
Doc Skinner in Sholo, Arizona.
And have you got any evidence of fallen angels, the heavenly earth, Faith? I mean, where's these fallen angels? I don't see any. Where's the video evidence? All your knowledge just comes from a book that was written by men. Didn't fall out the sky, did it? So yeah. I suppose if you're a non-scientist and back thousands of years ago, and a UFO come landing in front of you, and the only way you'd be able to describe it would be religiously as some sort of entity or demon or angel coming out of the sky and coming in front of you. Why would it be called angel? Maybe they left some gifts and flew away. Maybe other times other aliens landed and were pretty mean and maybe killed a few people and flew away. So this is how these stories start in the Bible, right? Non-scientific minds observing asteroids and meteorites passing through the atmosphere. There's no proof. There's no other historic book that backs up the Bible. See if you can find one for us that backs up everything about Jesus. In fact, I heard that there's more than one Jesus as well. Yeah, it's just like YouTube UFO channels. They're all a bunch of frauds. The Jesus 1, Jesus 2, pushing fake news and misquoting people. Okay, so what else we got?
Dusk, and we have a little bit of the night sky lit up as the sun goes down, but this thing's illuminated. Brent, what's your...
So I might just leave it there and do the rest another time because I need some video analysis done to it. See if we can identify the rest of them. Where was the sunset one though? It was here somewhere. Was it that one? No. Might be on the other video. That one there, maybe.
Let's just go down the rabbit.
House for the past week, and it's been a good time.
Halo. Oops.
Grow it. Here's the issue.
And plug in the Greer maybe.
In an open source way. And
okay. I must have missed it. So yeah, I don't know where the other one is. So it wasn't that one. Oh, did we miss one? Vortex. Huge black triangle. That's the one we just looked at, wasn't it? Yep. Okay, that one we debunked. Yeah, not too sure. Well, anyway, that's there somewhere. But I'm just going to wrap up now and maybe look at the other one another time. Probably in the weekend. I need a bit of break from this stuff. No doubt they're going to put up more stupid stuff to look at. Bucket of water. Maybe it was on that one, was it? I've never seen it on their channel anyway. So UFO Stalker fixed yet? Doesn't look like it. But a shame. Still not fixed. It's just useless. Yeah, I'm gonna say good night now. And I'll catch you next episode. I need a bit of rest now. And a drink. Thanks for joining us today, guys. Hope you had fun and also learnt something new. And watch out for the hoaxes. They're everywhere.